Hey friends, this is a bonus video. So I was out of town this week, and of course that is when my new Budget Mom planner is delivered. So I had people request that I show it once I received it. This is not a brand new, this is their brand new one after taking a year off last year for her budget book. And she was only doing PDF versions. The last version that I purchased was a PDF version, and that was back in 2017. So I have been using the PDF printables for many years now. The Budget Mom system is the one that really got me into budgeting, where things clicked for me. And I love it. And when she finally came back with a new one, I was like, okay, it's officially time for me to buy one that's actually coiled and with her paper and everything. So this is my first time actually having a physical book without it being a printable where I've created my own. Let's just jump right in. So obviously you get the beautiful box. Ba-ba-da-ba. So inside of the box, she has a printed note which says, "Thank you for supporting TBM. I appreciate you." It is not handwritten. It is printed. She sells so many of these. Could you imagine having to handwrite all of them? So the paper is a little wonky. Not a big deal. Okay, so there is a coupon in here. So I can share this because it says, "and your friends." So if you are interested, here's a 10% off coupon that you can use in her shop. I did splurge and I got the highlighter set. I don't know why. I just was like, she has 10 categories for tracking spending. I needed a 10 set that would work perfectly with her paper. So we will test this out later, but I was super excited to try it. Here are all the colors. Yay. Okay. Do you have to have those highlighters? No. Do I own a bajillion highlighters? Absolutely. Did I buy that as an impulse buy? Yes. So here is the planner. I picked the oil slick one. There was an oil slick one and a floral design. Sometimes I like her floral ones. Sometimes I like the ones that aren't. Again, I have not purchased the physical copy until now. However, there's always usually one that's a floral, and there's one that's a little bit more neutral. I'm going to take off this, and we're going to dive in. So here is the oil slick one, which is beautiful. I love the purple and the teal. It is not iridescent or anything like that. It is a really cool feeling cover. It's not quite matte, but it's not glossy. And it has a nice bend to it. So she did do a removable cover, so you can pop it out if you want to. She offers additional ones that you can purchase. I personally will just keep this one, so I did not. I saw some other reviews and they said that this is coming off pretty easily, which is kind of a bummer. If you have a happy planner, which is what I use for my savings challenges, those ones don't come off easily. The Erin Condren ones are really hard to pull out too. So it'd be kind of a bummer if you bump this and it's that easy to pull off. I will have to test it. I have not tested it yet, other than to show you. Big coil and super thick, super thick. For those that are wondering, it's about 1.5 inches thick. So it's a big one, guys. This is not tiny in the least. All right, so you open it up. So cool. Here's her little intro. Hello. Workbook belongs to. I honestly have never ever used these. I've never understood the use of them. I'm sure maybe if they are lost, people like that have that. I don't know. She gives you instructions on how to fill things out. Honestly, I think it's easier just to watch her videos to get a better idea of how to use it. But this could be a great reference. I love that it's only a couple pages, so it is not going to be too overwhelming. All right, so right away you get your financial plan. You have your short-term goals, medium goals, and long-term goals, estimated costs. So If it's a savings goal, that I would probably put in there what you want to save. If you're paying off something, what is the payoff and what's your target date? Membership and subscriptions, just a great way to lay out all of the things that you're subscribed to, what the annual cost, monthly cost. This may help you when you're doing your sinking funds, etc. Yearly savings, goals, and events. So again, goals, they're kind of self-explanatory, right? And then here's a tracker. So all your 8 goals, and then she put them horizontal over here so that vertically you can track by month how you're doing on them, which, cool. Sinking funds, saving visuals. So this is a great way if you have long-term sinking funds. You could do like Christmas, birthday, etc. 4th of July, anniversary, and you know for sure what the thing is and what your saving amount is. And it's a specific goal that you're trying to hit for that year. If you have a goal where you're just trying to save over many years, I would not use that for this page. But it's another great way, all in a book, to start tracking that stuff visually. Some people are visual, some people, she's trying to touch in all the different things. Yearly spending. So here are all the different expense categories, and then you can track what you spent through the year. All this front stuff is just kind of you being able to see over the course of a year what your goals are, what your spending's like, and being able to look at it over time. And just another way now to track it, you can make it into a graph. This is a new thing. I think it's awesome. So you create your budget category. So say one of them is debt, one of them is savings, like anything you want. So budget category, grocery. So you list in this box anything that you would consider grocery. Entertainment, anything you consider entertainment. Household goods, anything you consider household goods. That way you can assign a highlighter to highlight the category name. And then as you spend the money, and if you're not quite sure which category it falls in, you can come back here to check. And if it's missing, then maybe you're realizing you need to add another thing to that category. Medical bill tracker. I don't have medical bills, but for those that do. And then just some notes. These are her classic colors, which is teal and blue. I will say I do wish the colors would match kind of the theme of the book. So if you did a floral cover, I wish it would match the Pantones of the florals. And like this one with the oil silk, if you'd have the light purple, and the teal, versus her branded colors. And I get it, like this is her brand, so I understand that, but visually, I wish that it would match. It'd have a cohesive look. Just my thoughts. Then she always does some motivational. So this is January. There's tabs for every single month. You can start it whenever you want because it's undated. So I'm going to skip to October. Well, here, I'll show you some of the tabs just so you can see the different artwork included. So again, these are all of her brand colors for the Budget Mom. So she gives a little quote for each one. New month, new goals, new opportunity. Finding happiness with what you have today will save you from always wanting more in the future. As far as the coil, these are moving very smoothly. The only little bit of jag is just because I'm moving so many papers at once. All right, September, and we're currently in September, so I'm going to show September. So you get into here and it's undated. So if I wanted to, I could start this planner now, or I could wait till January if you're one that likes all the tabs, but you don't have to. Like I can start October and go through September and then order another one for next year and keep going. You put the day of the week that you want. Not everyone starts on a Sunday. Some start on a Monday. Some like to start on a Friday and go to Thursday. You can pick whatever day of the week you want. You just write it in the box and then you write in the numbers according to the calendar year in which you start. So if I was starting at September of 2023, which is this month, my numbers and calendar are going to be different than if I started September of 2024 because I waited till January to start this book. All right, so once you have put in your dates, this is where you typically will track when your bills come through. She does a budget by paycheck method. For more information on that, you can always check her out. Okay, this one is now we're getting into the paycheck budget tracker. So she puts 5 of these in here because each month allows for up to 5 paychecks because she's thinking weekly. You're going to put your income on the top, your expenses, which is bills. So these are like fixed amounts that come out every single in that paycheck. I shouldn't say every single paycheck, in that paycheck. Variable expenses, these can be flexible spending. For me, it would be groceries, gas, personal spending money for myself and my husband, etc. Sinking funds, so for me, this is going to be anything that I'm working towards a goal on. So I have set sinking funds such as a birthday, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, 4th of July, clothes, etc. Extra debt. So if you're in a debt payoff mode, this would be money that you're putting towards debt payments. And extra savings, this would be anything that you're saving on top of your sinking funds. So for me, this would go towards savings challenges that would then filter into sinking funds. I would also use this for like big saving things such as we are working towards a yearly trip. So in that 1 year, any extra money that I'm working towards a specific savings challenge to funnel into my sinking funds, that is what I would use that category for. But again, you use this how it works for you. That's how it would work for me. I do love that she allowed a little bit extra room in here. I think that makes it easier for people to write. So it's not right butted up next to it. If you're a lefty, this would be not a problem, but as a right-handed person, folded over, this gives me extra room to work with for my wrist. Right side. These are going to be your cash envelope breakdowns. So if I pull out money for groceries and my amount for the week is $200, I will go over here and write groceries and then put what denominations that I want it broken out to. I typically don't use this, but you could. Another thing you could do is not use it as an envelope, and you can rename it and use it as a way to break down anything you want. So having these budget planners is awesome because you can do what you want with them. Money thoughts, fill it in. Priority goal. This just might be a way for you to focus. Like this week, I really want to stay under budget in groceries. Or I really want to try to find $50 extra within my budget to be able to put towards a fund that I really, really, really want to save up for. And then you get 5 of these. So going to the Fiverr. All right, next up is going to be, is your expense tracker. So when I bought this in 2017, she didn't have it where you could specify an account and a starting balance. Everything was all just one. So I love that she's added that addition because some people like to track their credit card spending separate from their cash spending, separate from their debit card spending, etc. So you could use a sheet for each of those categories and those accounts if you want. I think that's awesome. Or you can just keep it as a running total and not worry about that. But in here, you're going to write the date, you know, where you spent the money, what category does it fall in. That's going to be those 12 categories in the front so that you can highlight it to match. And then if you withdraw or deposit, which I think that is cool too, and then ending balance. And then the idea is to, over time, kind of track and see what your month is looking like. So she gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trackers. Next up is the debt payment plan. So this is if you have debt, you could put in here all your debts, what the balance, interest rate, minimum payment, and then the order of priority, whether you do a snowball method or an avalanche method. That is up to you. Again, this is your page. You do what you want. And then if you have an ability to do extra debt payments, what did you do in here? And then here is a way to track your debt overall. So what did you pay last month versus this month, and how far are you getting on your debt payoff as a whole? So not looking at individual categories, but as a whole, all of your debt. How are you doing? She does have a PDF version of this book for those that are debt free. However, she does not do a physical book. So next up is monthly net worth tracker. I absolutely love this page. It's a way for you to see how your net worth is growing as you're paying off debt. So on the one side, you're going to list all your assets and what the balance or the value of them is. So you would put, all your accounts, your checking accounts, savings accounts. If you have a house, if there's a value to your house. Some people include house, some don't. Cars, some are included, some aren't. Just depends on what you want to put into your net worth. And then any investing, etc., would be in assets. Liabilities is going to be any remaining mortgage that you have on your house, if you include that. Any loan on a vehicle, if you have that. And then any other debts, credit cards, student loans, etc. Because assets essentially are money that you have available to you. You might have to sell something, but it's available to you as an option. Liabilities is the money that is not. That is money that is still owed and needs to be deducted from the value of the asset that you have. And then you would do that and you'd have your net worth for the month. And then at the bottom box, you can track month over month how that's progressing, which I think is cool. All right, where did my money go? So this is where you can take all of your budget categories and you can add the total for the whole month. So over the 5 paychecks, and then you can kind of see what percentage of your debt or your money went to food, transportation, household goods, childcare, anything like that, depending on what your categories are. And this one, where did my money go? Monthly debt and savings breakdown. So this would be your debt so all of your debts, how much went to credit cards, how much went to paying off your house, paying off a car, paying off a personal loan, etc., student loans, whatever your debt categories are, and then savings, how are those growing over time? So did you put most of your savings towards a down payment on a new house? Are you putting your savings towards your emergency fund? What percentage is the breakdown in which you are prioritizing your savings categories? For me, I am saving in multiple long-term savings accounts, which are investing, emergency, land. We are saving to buy land. We are saving to purchase puppies, travel, etc. So all those would be savings categories. And then I could see how much money went into each one at the end of the month. And I would know then the percent. So did 30% go to investing, 20% go towards land, etc. And then we have our monthly spending comparison. So you can do all your budget categories and you can look at your August versus September and see month to month how that's changing. And then you also have in here a monthly meal plan. So for those that like to meal prep, you have a page for you to do so. You can always change this to something else. You don't have to use these for what they are. That is where whiteout is beautiful. If you don't want to do a monthly meal plan, this could be a workout log. Are you working out every single day? This could be a no spend. You could also use it on that, but if you want them separate, it really can be used for whatever you want. And then on the back of here are the ability to cut out some cash slips. So these would be what you take to the bank once you have figured out how many 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s, or $100 bills that you want when you are doing your cash breakdowns for your weekly paychecks. And these cut out and you can bring them to the bank. I've used them in the past. I don't do cash breakdowns very often, to be honest. So for me, I'm glad it's just a 1-pager because I just don't need them. Downside is they are going to cut into here. So if you do cut them out to use them, you are going to lose the back of this page. So in between the months, you're not going to have that decorative piece if you use all 6 of them. But you'll be able to see the notes. So maybe that's better. All right, so October, November, all the same thing. Here is December. And I'm just trying to get to the back so you can see, here's the And all the months are the exact same, so you're not missing out on anything there. And then she includes some stickers for you to use, which is really fun. I love that there's the embossing on it, so you can put when your bills are due, holidays. Here's some motivational, some stars to give yourself like kudos for doing something. So just fun little extra stickers. She also does include all the daily stickers. So each month there's 1 through 15 and then 16 through 17. So it should be 12 sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So each month then she provides you the stickers so that you can manually do your calendar. If you're not wanting to fiddle with these stickers, you can write them in yourself. But she gives them to you, which is awesome. And then in here, just some fun ones. Cheeseburger, cheers, yes. If you watch my channel, you know. I love all these little dollar bill ones. I think they're super cute. Gotta love the little ust and the school bus. So there's some holiday themes in here. Anniversary, paw print. Oh, that's adorable. There is a folder in the back. The biggest complaint with this is that it doesn't fit a full-size piece of paper. Just to show, this is a savings challenge that I got from Reinventing Renee. It does not fit in here properly. So I would say that is one of the biggest complaints, is that your folder doesn't hold a full-size page of paper. Now, if you had something you could fold, it would fit in there. If you want to stuff bills in there, little notes and stuff, you could do that, but it does not fit a full size. With this system, it is coil, so you can't just pop in pages like you can with a Happy Planner. It's meant to just be what it is. You can uncoil everything if you want in Frankenplan, but it would be a lot of work. And honestly, this thing is already a beast. So I have been so excited to get this. I have wanted a physical planner from her for so long, but I kept justifying that the printable was just fine. But she's made enough changes to the printable format that it helps validate that it was time for me to jump on board with the actual book, because the layout and everything is different from when she first started 5 years ago. At least when I bought it 5 years ago. But super cool. I really love how bendable this is. I love that these aren't sticking. They're not pointy corners. They're rounded. Just subtly, but they're rounded. And this honestly is a really durable feeling cover. So it's not a stiff cardboard. It's pliable. But this thing's a beast. I'm not going to lie. And I see potential of this thing folding. I could be wrong, but depending on if you throw this in a book bag, I could see this part getting pushed in over time. So that's it. I love it. I have my highlighters here. I should show you guys one of them. So they're obviously branded with her name on it. She's the budget mom. Of course, she's going to brand things with hers. Yes. We should try this though. I love that the cap sticks in the back. What can I highlight that I'm not going to miss? Well, here, let's do, what is something I don't use? Because honestly, I want to take my time and like work on this thing. Let's see. So I don't use these cash breakdown slips. I just don't. So let's do, yay. So that highlights beautifully. Of course, I picked the one where I can't tell if it goes through or not. So let's do a different thing. Let's go to the front. All right. So we typically are not going to use these worksheets as much. So let's use the highlighter to highlight the budget calendar. It does have a chiseled tip. I did do that twice just to see what it would look like. And there is nothing showing through. If you hold it up in the light, you can see it, but when flat, you cannot. So this is why I was so tempted with her highlighters, is because I honestly wanted to, I feel that she would have tested them to her paper and that they would not bleed through, because she picked out the ones that she thought were best for her system. So yes, I was tempted to do these as an add-on, and I'm glad I did, because I think they work great. Let's just do the pink, just to give you an idea of some different colors. That one is a hot pink. Let's do this light purple. Ta-da! The odd one to me is this brown one. So let's see. And you can see through it, so it's really not bad at all. I just want to make sure you can see through all of them. And again, nothing is showing through the back. And that is what we want. All right, so that is a full tour made in Korea. Interesting. All right. That is the Budget by Paycheck book from the Budget Mom for the 2020. See, already now this thing has popped up as I was playing with that. So, not sure about that feature. This one's going to be interesting to see how that holds up. I don't want it to keep popping out every time I'm going in and out of it. So this is something that we're going to watch out for, is this removable cover being a little too easy to remove. All right, guys, that's all I got. Bye.